One. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Enough Said podcast. We are in season 3, episode 11. It is the Super Bowl special. So we are excited. Obviously, the Eagles are in the Super Bowl playing the Kansas City
what up,
Chiefs.
everybody? Welcome to
So before we get started, as always, feel free to subscribe to our channel on YouTube or send us an email. That's enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. All right, let's get right into it, not waste any time tonight. We have the usual suspects. So, first, let's bring in this guy because, he is a 49ers fan. We can't let him live this down. But we'll just say watching the 49ers game and him watching that game was enough for him to lose his bout. It's probably because they lost more quarterbacks than injuries to women on Deshaun Watson's towels. So, what's up, Mike? What's happening, man? You went through more quarterbacks than women on Deshaun Watson's towel, but, what's happening, man?
Mike, you muted.
Oh,
Duh.
Oh,
Yo,
man, let's start
talk-
it again.
No,
We'll start
let
it
it
again.
roll.
I
Let
just
it
do that
roll
anyway.
because
Hey,
it seems like
I can edit that.
I think Mike just wanted
Oh,
to
you're
dish
lying,
you. He just
yeah.
wanted to dish you, Sal. That's all. He's cussing. That's all he was doing. He was cussing.
Yeah.
All Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm all good. I'm all good. But there is something. I got to step away for a second.
Okay.
Well, Sal, you gonna introduce me or what?
This is just not meant to be
Hey,
tonight,
man, let's
What
let it
is
ride. Let it
going on?
ride. Let it ride, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny.
I got the check. Oh, he got the binky.
Oh,
he lives up to the bet.
Damn. Oh,
Look at this,
man.
everyone. Now, you're going to have to explain to our listeners what happened here. Why you got the
This is called show business because I didn't make the bet. Jermaine had this Christmas gift. He said, "I'm gonna get you crushes," and then he started talking about, when San Fran loses to the Eagles and CMC is all banged up, you're gonna have to put on a bib and a binky. And I said, let me think about that. I never made the bet, but you know what? The way that game went, I owe it to Jermaine. So yeah, I got the bib and the binky.
Wow.
Oh
man.
my goodness. That's
Jeez.
hilarious. Hey, listen, man. You man up to your bet. So that's a plus right there.
I give him credit for that. I'll tell you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I love it. I give
That's
him
why
credit,
I feel
man.
bad Jermaine's not on here right now because I know he would be falling out.
Oh man, he'll be falling out. I know he will be. But hey,
He be dying. But all right, so this second guy here, for all the crap that he gave me about this quarterback and all his big bucks, will he now finally admit that Kirk Cousins sucks? Say hi to Dre, everybody. Dre,
Well,
you
Dre.
called it, man. You said they were frauds. Here we go again.
yeah,
But
they are, and yes, again, he did not make it to the playoffs. So he lost again. So,
Hey,
but
but you know what? Did you watch Kirk Cousins playing flag football in the Pro Bowl games? He was lighting it up. That's his niche.
Well, maybe
That's his niche,
that's
man.
his calling right there. So flag
He
football.
was
There you
throwing
go.
dimes. He was hitting tight ends. He hit George Kittle for the pass. He hit Justin Jefferson for a pass. He was lighting up. He was pumped up too. He was doing his Kirk Cousins thing, man. I think he's found his calling.
I think so,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I think so. Yeah. So
Two hand touch. That's what he's doing.
Yep. So I'm here, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. We all know what this is. This is the couple days before the big show. We all know.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's talk about these Super Bowl predictions. And I know Dre's going to give me crap because I've been talking crap about Howie the whole year. I'm still not convinced. Let's see what happens in the Super Bowl here. Howie's got his work cut out for him next year. We'll talk about that too. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's start with the game first. So,
Well,
on
what
the
are you not
injury
convinced
report-
about? Hold on. What are you not convinced about when it comes to
about
Howie? Yeah, and the Super Bowl. Like, what is there not to be convinced of? Like, if they lose, you're going to be like, oh, this is all Howie's fault? I mean, there's no way.
It's Howie. Eventually, he put all his eggs in one basket, and now next year he's going to pay the price because he's not going to be able to sign everybody. He's not. I mean, Dre and I were talking about this the other night. Think of what happens if Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl, right? Okay, he gets Super Bowl MVP. He wins the Super Bowl. He's got the same resume as Patrick Mahomes. He wants Patrick Mahomes' money. That's more than Deshaun Watson. So you basically got to pay him somewhere between Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. How are you going to sign anybody else on that team? Jalen's going to take up the majority of it. And he's got the same resume at home, so why shouldn't he get the same money? Mahomes has the Super Bowl and MVP, right?
Does he have the same resume as Mahomes? I mean, this is only
will
Jalen
if he wins the
Hurts'
Super Bowl.
This is his first real year as an MVP caliber quarterback. Mahomes almost from Jump Street has been an MVP caliber quarterback. So I don't know if we can kind of say they're equal, off of one successful year. I mean, we were dogging Jalen Hurts Madden rating, what was it, 69, Dre?
69,
and, 72, whatever it was at the beginning of the season. Yeah. So, Mahomes has been, a 90-something, aside from Madden. But, yeah, I mean, the proof's been in the pudding. Mahomes has really been high caliber from the jump. So, I think, honestly, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is really going to command that kind of money. Like, I think he might be maybe Brady-esque a little bit in that whole I don't want to hamstring the team and take up the whole cap that we can't sign players. I think Jalen Hurts kind of realizes that his success kind of really depends on having some pieces and players around him, and if he takes up the whole salary cap, he's not going to be successful. Yeah, he's just going to get beat up and get run 1,000 times.
Mike. Yeah, it's business, Mike. He wants money. He's going to say he earned it.
But Brady got paid. I mean, it's not like he never got his money. He just made his deal so that they could defer a lot of it. And so, I don't know what Hurts is like when it comes to his business. And I know he has, his agents and stuff like that. And they said they're really good. But,
yeah.
But, I mean, you never know. He might be cut differently. I think, like AJ Brown would be like, I want my money and I don't care. But I don't know. Hurts kind of strikes me a little different, that he might want to look out for the team and honestly for his career. Success, just, when you win, it's good. If you're getting paid a bunch of money, you lose, you're Kirk Cousins.
Well, let's see. I don't believe it. I think these players, it's a business to them. When push comes to shove, they don't care about anybody else. They want to get paid. And that's what it comes down to.
But see, man,
Deshaun Watson wanted to get paid.
That's the problem that I'm seeing with these athletes. You play. This is why you became an athlete, because you love to play the game. To me, I think the money will come with how successful you are. But like you said, a lot of them just want to go chase the money and go from there. But I guess that's the new genre, the new way of doing it. But back to what you're saying about Howie. Yeah, I was on a Howie train when I told you like he got to go and stuff, but he bounced back, and things that look positive, you're still closing your mind on, Sal, about what he has accomplished, and I'm kind of like saying, hey, he's moving in the right direction, and they made a lot of changes from the previous time. Like, remember I told you, like, I started seeing back in 2017 when we had when we went after Ajayi and we went after Alshon Jeffries. We went after a couple other guys, and I was like, okay, Howie's finally getting it. That was our 2017 run to the Super Bowl. But I don't know, man. You got to give Howie some kind of credit this time around, Sal. You got to give him something.
He was on his way out, and he signed a whole crap load of players. Now, if Jalen Hurts doesn't have the season that he has, and he has like a good season even, Eagles, Howie doesn't make it through. I mean, let's face it, right? Eagles did have an easy schedule. I agree with you. Not their fault, but they did have it easy. And next year is not going to be as easy, And let's see what Howie does with the draft. He's got 2 first-round draft picks. Let's see what he does.
Okay.
But if he blows the first-round picks again like he has in the past, all right, he nailed Devonta Smith, but you know what happened with Rieger. You know what happened with Mike Mamula and all these.
Rieger,
the list
man.
goes on and on.
Rieger shouldn't even be in the NFL. Yeah.
But I know we want to get to the Super Bowl talk, but you
Yeah.
know the way the team was constructed, Howie Wilson did a lot of draft picks. You know, a lot of lower draft picks. I mean, he really turned some of these bigger picks into capital to get other players. So he got a lot of players that are on this team. Maybe the 1-year deals, maybe they're not, but I think he did a really good job with kind of wheeling and dealing to put this thing together. And it always feels like every time there was a problem and you had something to be fixed, he was right there getting people to fix it. You know, he got Sue and he got the other guy on the line. I can't think of his name right now. From the Bears, to help fix the run defense because earlier this year we were all, you guys were talking about the run defense and they couldn't stop anybody, couldn't tackle, and couldn't stop the run. So I mean, they needed a weapon. They got AJ Brown. I can't fault the guy. I mean, he's plugged every hole so far, and I mean, maybe that luck runs out. Maybe this is an all or nothing kind of year. But if it gets you a ring number 2, a lot of teams can't say that.
I will give him that credit. I mean, there's a second Super Bowl they've been to in 5 years. So I mean,
Yeah.
you got to give him credit for that. And
I mean,
Mahomes, this is 3 in 5 years, I think.
3.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you think
5,
about it, he's the only other team that's had that kind of success is the Chiefs. San Francisco's been close. I mean, they probably like right behind. They got to the championship game a bunch of times, but the Eagles, 2 in 5 years. Could be 2 rings in 5 years. I mean, that's pretty good. Could always be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, man. All those Cowboy fans, same old story.
Right. Yeah. They don't know nothing about getting the Super Bowl.
You guys just won't get
it. Where's Key? That's what they do, right?
Yep. Right.
But yeah, getting back to the Super Bowl here, injury report, and I know Jermaine would be devastated because the only person on the injury report right now for both teams is Mr. Covey. I know Jermaine would be devastated that he's not going to be able to play with a hamstring, but so the Eagles are going to have to find a punt returner for this game because Covey is questionable, and he's the only one. Chiefs have nobody listed on the injury report, and the Eagles only have Covey, so. What do you guys think?
Well, Mahomes is still hurt. I mean, he's still injured.
Yeah, that's a little fakery there. Because I know there was a bunch of Chiefs that were hurt in that game at the end of it. I mean, he had like 2 receivers that didn't finish the game. So I don't know how they have no injuries. That's a little gamesmanship on Andy Reid's part.
Technically, Patrick had 1 full week of recovery. So he'll probably feel good that first quarter. But as it goes on, we'll see. I mean, it's a high ankle sprain. They don't go away in a couple weeks.
Nope.
Right.
So,
especially when you play on again the next week.
Exactly. The injury reports seem to be all clear and all that, but they're just playing their poker cards.
Yeah, I would say so. I think both teams are doing that. And who knows? There could be a little bit of Vegas involved with that too. If you get someone out there on injury, all of a sudden it's oh man, I know Jermaine can see what I got on.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh yes. Yeah, man.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Look at that bib and the
love it. I love it. Wow. Came in at the right time.
Hold up.
Listen here.
It's reversible.
It's reversible. It's reversible, man.
Oh, it's reversible.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow. I love it.
I didn't even make the bet with you, but I still keep it just because y'all beat the Niners like
you came in at
nothing.
The right time, buddy. The right time.
Yeah.
You came in.
All right. Well, let's introduce this guy here. I'm glad he popped in. So this guy, he wants to give Howie the benefit of the doubt for the season. But maybe if he knew what an adjective was, he could give me one reason. How did you meet everybody?
What's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's glad to be back, man. Glad to be back with the crew, having some fun and whatnot. And Sal, you know what you can do. You can kick rocks. All right.
Yeah, we just closed off about me and Mike was punching him left and right about giving Howie the credit that he has to give the credit to him. So
Yeah.
that's where we just left off, and now we just went over, started talking about the matchups and
Right.
over the injuries, where they were saying there was no injury reports, but we all know Patrick Mahomes is still hurt or injured. However you look at it.
Yeah.
We were
Okay.
saying, Jermaine, I know you're going to be devastated. There's only one person. I looked right before the show. Only one person who's on the injury report for the Eagles, and that's Covey. So I know you're devastated.
I thought, you know what, Sal? I thought, because I heard it this morning when I went to work, and I said, oh, "There's Sal's boy. He's going to be upset if he's questionable."
Well, you know who the backup punt returner is Devonta Smith, so it could be him, man.
Oh wow, okay. You still go with Boston Scott. You know, you still go with Boston Scott doing that. I mean, I trust Boston, but yeah, that's your boy, man. I know you're so you're so hurt by it. But Mike, I can't get over this bid, man. I gotta. Where's my phone, man? I got it. We gotta screen save this. You know, anytime
live.
I call
Andre's recording
It's
it.
live,
Hey,
man.
Mike.
It's live on YouTube.
Oh, it's live.
It's
That's what's up, man.
It's
That's
live.
what's up.
Awesome. That's
So,
awesome.
so I gotta
business.
get. I
It's
still gotta
show
get a
business.
picture of it. Just like I got a screensaver anytime Dre calls me. Dre's covered up with that Dallas Cowboy blanket, and he tries to deny it. So anytime Mike, me and you may get on the phone, that's what's gonna happen, man. I'm gonna screen save that and look.
Oh man.
I love it.
All right, well, let's
all
get into
for the
these
show.
predictions. Yeah, so we got these predictions, Jermaine, that we were talking about. We were just about to get into it. So let's do that. Let's talk about who we think is gonna pull this one out. So, Dre, do you want to start it off? So in the end, I think I know who you're gonna.
Wait.
Go ahead, buddy.
I was partially listening. Start off what?
Here we go. I mean, how long we been off
I
air?
was here, but not here.
I know that. How
Read
long we
my
been off
lips.
air, guys?
Who do you think will win the Super Bowl?
Oh, who do I think will win the Super Bowl? Oh, I don't know. I'm wearing a hat. It's the Eagles, man, and I'm gonna tell you
There
why.
you go.
I was actually doing some
right.
film studying, guys. Can you believe this? I was watching some stuff in the
Oh.
back. Let me tell you, man.
Damn.
It
All
comes
right.
down to stopping the route of Travis Kelce. If we can stop his route running, double him, and let Mahomes do whatever the heck he does, side of the ear hole and all that. And I don't care about what's his name? Juju Smith Jr. and all those guys. But if you can slow down Travis Kelce, I think Philadelphia has a great shot of winning this game. Take him out. Like you got to take him out.
Take him out like you did Bosa. Just
No,
throw
not
special
the
team into
same.
him. That's all.
It's the same, man. Because Travis, if you look at and when I did my studying, if you look at Travis, it's after the catch is how is his talent. The guy knows how to lower himself, break the tackle, and then gain 5, 10, 15 more. But it's also his route running. He has very, very good route running. And when Mahomes is in trouble, that's where he goes to, and he gets that 15, 20 yards from Travis. So we got to shut that Kelce brother down. Not because the Kelce brothers are going at each other. So.
All right, you got a final score, Dre, before we go?
Yeah, I got a final score. Okay. I got a good score, man. I got 36-28.
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus. Okay.
I never seen a team get 36 points ever. How do you get
I was gonna
36?
say, yeah. Like,
It's one of those
in the
numbers.
Super Bowl? Yeah.
I never. Man.
what are you counting by two?
All right.
Hold on.
Yeah,
You
get the
remember
30.
Tom
I guess you
Brady
get the
was
30
down-
and they get
Tom Brady was
a
down
bunch
20.
of field goals.
Tom Brady was down 21 points against Atlanta. Remember that big one? 28
No, I'm
points.
just saying. Just the score 36.
Yeah,
I mean,
36.
I guess you get 30 points. Yeah, I get a bunch of field goals then.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
He
You got
said,
the guy. I know.
I got the
I know
Eagles.
Mike's a little salty after last
Yeah,
week.
of course I'm salty, but no, I said the Eagles. I'm rooting for them, cause I hurts. I think it's going to be an interesting game. I'm very curious to see how Kansas City defense shows up. They've always been one of those kind of defenses that don't really look good throughout the year, but then somehow they step up in the big game, and guys who seem like they're nobodies all of a sudden play like they're somebody. So I'm very curious to see how they match up to the Eagles offense, especially stopping the run. But yeah, I think the Eagles got it. I think it's going to be a close game. I think I'll say 27-24 to kind of play it safe. But yeah, I think the Eagles will get it this year.
All right. Interesting stuff. Jermaine, take it away. Your boy Howie, is he going to get another ring?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the bottom line is yes, Howie's going to get another ring. So I'm not fine. I'm fine with that. But Dre's like, you got to stop Travis Kelce. So I say let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him get his own thing and whatnot. But I got Philly. I got Philly going on. I got Philly going 31-21. I think it's going to be tight all the way up to the fourth quarter, and then Philly's just going to pull away. So,
all right, it's so far it's unanimous, and this might actually, this could come back to bite me, but I'm gonna say actually gonna pick the Eagles in this game. This is the first time I picked them and watched them lose because of it.
you actually going to
right?
pick the Eagles. You just put a death wish.
Right. I'm telling you, I know.
You know that, right? All these Eagle fans out here saying like, what the heck is wrong with you? What do you mean actually going to pick? You actually going to pick?
I'll be honest. I thought that the San Francisco game would be much closer than it was. Put it this way, I agree with what you said, Dre, and Mike too, about the defense of Kansas City. They're not San Francisco defense. I think the Eagles are going to have an easier time moving the ball against them than they did against San Francisco. I really do. I mean, if you can get that many points on San Francisco's defense, you're going to be able to get points on Kansas City's. So, I actually, we had a poll at work, and I said that the Super Bowl MVP was going to actually be Devontae Smith, because I think he's going to be a big factor in this game. So I'm going to say 28-21 Eagles in this one. And, I think it's going to be close, but I do think the Eagles are going to pull it out, and I think they'll be able to move the ball.
Okay.
So, yeah.
See, this is my thing too. Before I got interrupted with all these damn dogs and whatnot barking, but what I was trying to say, it's going to be very concerning in the first half because, yeah, I don't think our defense has really been battle tested in the playoffs. All right, I mean, yeah, you had the Giants, so what? We thought San Fran was going to bring it. I mean, circumstances, came to a halt when their quarterback got hurt. I'm kind of concerned. Yeah, I'm not a Mahomes fan, but still, I mean, you still got to account for this man to maybe do his, magician thing, act and whatnot. But, Bradbury and Slay. I mean, Bradbury and Slay, they really haven't been tested in these playoffs. So I'm kind of concerned about that.
You said everything that I was thinking. I did not say. It was the one thing I was just thinking in the back of my mind before we even came on the show, but I didn't get around to saying it. You're right. They have not been battle tested. They have not had that game that pushes you to the edge where you're just kind of like, all right, what you really made of? I really wanted San Fran to be that game. Yep. That's what I always was counting on. That didn't happen. But yes, it's two things. Look, either the Eagles are really that daggone good and they're just going to mop everybody out, or like you said, they haven't been battle tested. And when they get to the thick of it, it could get kind of scary. My one concern with Jalen Hurts, and this could be that make or break kind of game, is can he pass the ball? Like if he gets into a real I got to pass the ball kind of game, is he going to be able to keep up? And I don't think he's really had that challenge yet, and that could happen. I've seen it when Mahomes can do it. Be curious to see if Jalen Hurts, gets into a shootout. Just one of those things where he has to make the play. You saw Mahomes do it in that Bengals game. When the game was on the line, and he drew the penalty, which was kind of fake, but still, he got it. He got the first down. I mean, they were looking like they were going to win anyway. I mean, they were in field goal range, but he put the game on his shoulder. That was all him. I got to give him his respect. As much as he was, he threw the ball on and whiffed it and turned the ball over and had some turnovers and some ugly plays. I mean, when it came down to trying to win the game, he did it. Now it's Hurts going to do that
on a bad ankle at that. I mean, when he got that last run, I was just like, wow, all right, like I said, Mike, I'm not a Mahomes fan, but I had to give it to him. I mean, he gutted it out. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, all right, I'm not going to doubt him no more. After that, I was just like, all right, he's got heart. Forget it. He's not Brett Favre. He's not stealing from the floor.
And one thing we haven't talked about Jalen Hurts is obviously his health, right? I mean, we don't know how healthy his shoulder is at this point. And you're right, if he's got to get into a situation where he's got to throw the ball a lot, will his shoulder hold up? That's going to be something to look at.
Yeah, I think the Eagles. I think you don't want to get behind. You really don't want to get to a situation where you lose your run game. I think that could spell trouble, but I could be wrong. I mean, this is where AJ Brown has to earn his money, and Devontae Smith earn his money, and Goddard and all those guys, and we'll see. Honestly, we'll see.
Hey, Dre. AJ Brown has got to be the real deal this game. He's got to be the real deal. 100, 200, whatever you want to call it. I know we've been arguing over the season and whatnot. There's no such thing, but AJ's got to bring it, man.
Listen.
He's got to bring it. And this is like what Mike said. This is what you paid him for to get where you're at right now.
Right.
All right?
Well,
because I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm going to make you smile. I'm going to make you smile.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sal and I was talking a couple of 48 hours ago. I got Devontae 1, AJ Brown 2 for this matchup.
Okay.
Because I really feel that Devontae Smith has, when he showed me against New York, and I think the last one was against San Fran, even though he didn't catch that, but his that was a bad call. But his effort and stuff, I feel that he is going to be the playmaker of Kansas City than AJ Brown.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like I think AJ, you're right. He's got to do his thing, but I'm really thinking Devontae Smith is going to be number one.
Mm-hmm. He could be. I mean, he's been that. He's so tough because he runs routes so well. He's so smooth, and that's why they have a rough time holding him up. He can get off the line. He just is silky smooth in the routes. He can go up and catch, and he's fast. It's got the whole package. I mean. But A.J. Brown is that big, strong receiver that if you get it up in the air, he's going to go get it because he's got that strength.
Yeah.
He can run after the catch. He gets you those yards after the catch. So they basically complement each other really, really well.
Oh, yeah.
And
I think A.J. Brown really is – I think he's the one that draws, the double coverages and stuff that will give Devontae that single coverage, one man-to-man, and this has to beat his man, which he can do. So yeah, like I said, they complement each other. I think AJ complements Devontae a little bit more because I think AJ draws more attention. But yeah, that's the benefit of having two good receivers.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, three good receivers. I mean, you can't count out Dallas Goddard either.
Well, no,
right.
I
mean, that's what killed the Cowboys.
And I thought Kansas City is not that good with protecting the tight end, right? I thought in the pass defense, they're not up there.
Well, I was just about to say, I don't know about that, but what you're saying is Devontae and AJ, one of those two should just be they should just ball out because they're going against two rookie cornerbacks. Right. Aren't they? Yeah, they're going against two rookie cornerbacks. They're probably going to be shell shocked because if I was in that position and I'm going to the Super Bowl and you see all these lights and seeing everything and whatnot, those are rookies. They're still rookies. Mm-hmm. All right. Yep. So Devontae and AJ, it shouldn't be no excuse. It shouldn't be no excuse that somebody at least one of those two should have 150 yards receiving. That's just my opinion.
Sure.
That's my opinion. Yeah.
I'm on board. Yeah.
Which the Chiefs might actually be like, yeah, go ahead, we'll give those yards up as long as you don't give up points. It's like when T.O. got a bunch of yards in the Super Bowl, but they still couldn't score touchdowns. That might be Spagnuolo's strategy. I've seen this. I saw it firsthand when San Fran played the Chiefs. And it's just kind of like where does defense come from? Because I just thought they had no defense, and the Chiefs all of a sudden had people showing up making plays. So
exactly, Mike.
Don't underestimate them.
when they
Don't underestimate them.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's like, wait a minute. All season, I didn't see this, and all of a sudden, just like when they played the Patriots, when Patriots in that undefeated season. What? I mean, no, I'm sorry. No, that was the Giants. I'm sorry. But no, when they played San Fran, it's like, where did this defense when they played them in the Super Bowl? Where did this defense? It just came out of nowhere. I mean, you would think that he was a genius. You know what I mean? It's like, why is he a defensive coordinator and he put a stellar game plan together? You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I get it.
I mean, even the Bengals game that we just watched, where they got all those sacks, it's like, where are all these sacks from all of a sudden? You know, they ain't sacked nobody. I mean, Chris Jones is really good, but I mean, they were lighting them up. I'm like, where did this come from? So
True. Yeah.
So I will
it should
say,
be an entertaining game, but get your popcorn ready, Dre, because it's cool. Or if you need your nails cut, because you're gonna be biting your nails this whole game.
Well, Jermaine definitely knows something about lights and bright lights, because after he got run over by Ron Dane, he saw plenty of them. So everybody knows about that.
Those bright lights, yeah.
It's him. All right, we got a couple topics we want to talk about. So let's talk about the coaches, all the coaching changes and everything like that, and then we're going to get into, which is going to be great, our preseason predictions, because I know there's going to be so many things that got messed up. Right. All right. So let's start with this first one, guys. This one kind of drove me nuts. So there's a New York Giants coach that gets Coach of the Year. What? You guys agree with this? Like, over Sirianni?
I don't agree with it.
I felt over Shanahan even. I was just kind of like, well, but he did take a bad team that no one expected to be any good. And we got to get to one other award real quick that I think is really wrong. But I just got to throw it out there. It bothers me more than this bothers me. How does Geno Smith get comeback player of the year? What did he come back from? I mean, come on. You got to be good, then get hurt, and then come back to have a comeback player of the year. But if you suck the whole career and then you get comeback, he ain't come back for nothing. How do you get that award? CMC should have got that award. He was hurt last year.
Russell Wilson never left.
Was CMC in the running? Was CMC in the running, Mike? Oh, he was? Okay.
No, that not
I'll tell you, that's not Geno Smith.
This year had a great year.
That's not.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, Sal. I know this not coach.
Sorry.
That's all right. No,
this is
Brian
wrong.
Daboll,
Come
Coach of the Year. And look, I mean, all dressed up podcast. I said you got to start something to come back from something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
How do you? I mean, Geno Smith was never. Oh man, I don't know. There was no comeback. I mean, that's just he's the most improved player. Sure, there's an award for most improved.
Okay,
but comeback, hell no.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not hell. He's not comeback. Nothing.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. Yeah, you're right.
Every
Come back
time the cameraman,
right.
you didn't know that was actually Russell Wilson. He never left. Geno went to Denver, so that's what happened, man. That's what happened.
Yeah. But let's say Brian Daboll. Look, I mean, let's be real. He got Danny Dimes to look functional. Yeah, you gotta give him a Coach of the Year just for that, because Danny Dimes was terrible.
Yeah,
I mean, they got to the playoffs with him. I mean, that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll give it to him. Fine.
Whatever. I still don't agree with it with Daboll. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I mean, Sirianni wasn't even in the running. That's the thing. I mean, yes, I know he was top 5, and then they had to cut it down to 3 and whatnot. So I just 9 and what was they 9-7, Mike? 9-7.
Yeah,
maybe
I think
they expected Nick Sirianni to be better.
No, none of us did. Even in our preseason, nobody didn't see this coming.
We didn't, but I think
right. But I think a lot of people didn't see this coming either. I mean, come on, but, you thinking that because they had a cakewalk schedule or whatever,
I think almost to some degree, and why Shanahan also didn't get it is talent. I think both teams have a significant amount of talent.
Yeah,
and Daboll had no talent and got the team to play way better than Sirianni. Really, kind of, he was almost like Phil Jackson, with the Lakers. It's like, look, just don't blow this thing up, and you should have success. So I think that's what kind of got held against him. And Shanahan, I mean, you got number one defense, and all these stars, Debo and stuff like that. You should be pretty good. The Giants were supposed to have 4 wins this year, if that. So I don't like it that much, but I can understand where they're coming from with it.
Yep.
Well, I would have gave it to Doug before I would have gave it to him. You know what I mean? To be honest with you.
I would give Doug. I think they're amazing. Doug Peterson.
Which is actually who you picked, Sal. That's who you predicted.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did predict Peterson. Yeah.
No, but you picked the Jaguars to win the division, though, didn't you?
I did, but yes,
right.
Sal did have him for Coach of the Year. We'll get that, but yeah, Sal did have him picked for Coach of the Year, which he was deserving of it. I give him credit.
Yeah.
They were definitely much better.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of these hires real quick. Dre, who do you like? You like Sean Payton for Denver? You like D'Amico Ryan for Houston? You got anybody that you like so far?
I'm gonna say D'Amico Ryans for Houston. Like for Sean Payton, I'm kind of expecting. Denver was just a chaotic mess. So was Houston, but I don't know, man. I kind of go for the underdog, and I want to see D'Amico get his. So.
I mean, yeah, I agree too. I mean, D'Amico, he was only 1 year in for that defensive coordinator?
I think so.
This was the second year. This was the second year.
Okay,
it's his second year? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm rooting for him, but I don't know. I mean, you're coming from a franchise that's trying to find their identity and stuff like that. I just hope he's just strong enough and that he has a crew, you know what I mean, to actually back him up. And everything. That's true. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
With Houston. I mean, you got you got to get a quarterback. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with a quarter. What are they going to do with a quarterback? So I know they top five picks or what. So I don't know. I don't know if CJ Stroud can fit into that mix. You know what I mean? Something like that. But yeah, I'm rooting for him. And Sean Payton, I mean, he's got a good pedigree,
right?
But it's a mess. Denver's a mess.
It is.
It's a mess. Can he handle it? And they gave him all this money, and the Saints with all these draft picks that they get, that they had to give up because I guess Sean Payton was still under contract with the Saints and stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, he's got a good pedigree, but he's got his job cut out for him. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I need everybody to calm down with this name because Dallas scares me next year because Brian Schottenheimer has been hired as the offensive coordinator. Woo! Try to hold back here.
You come back to me later.
That's Marty's son. Is he related to Marty? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he don't look like him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, McCarthy's going to be calling the plays though. So
he's going. He's going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. We're starting our preseason for this. Right. Who's the one on the hot seat? It's definitely Mike. He's going. Yeah. That's the first one. He might be going in the middle of the season. To be honest with you, he might be going.
And real quick, let me ask you guys about this guy because, Cleveland, everybody thought this team was going to be like, they were going to turn it around, right? They got Deshaun Watson, they got all these guys. Yeah. Jim Schwartz is now the defensive coordinator. I mean, I don't know, man. Seriously, what is Cleveland doing? I don't know what that organization
Cleveland's doing what Cleveland does. Bad.
Yeah. I mean...
Talk about it. I don't even know where to start with Cleveland.
I don't know either.
I mean, you overpaid for Deshaun Watson. You thought that their defense was going to be better than it was the last few. I think
the 11-game suspension played a big factor of it too. Because if Deshaun would have played Week 1, it might be better. I don't know. I mean, you had Jacoby Brissett, right?
Guess you'll find out. And they're on the hook for all that money, so they ain't got no choice. They got to hope that it works out.
Yeah.
Because his salary it was something with a salary that got deferred this year. I think because of the suspension and some other stuff, they really didn't have to pay a lot, but now it really kicks in next
now
year.
it kicks in. Yeah, you're right. That first year, I think they only paid him $1 million, something like that.
Yeah,
something stupid. You know what I
They
mean?
deferred a bunch of stuff, but now it really kicks in on the salary cap hit. So he's gonna have to be Lamar Jackson. He's gonna have to do like every function of the offense. You know, he's gonna have to throw the ball.
If he comes out flat or just looking ugly the first 2 or 3 games or the first quarter of the season, woo!
Yep.
Like Ric Flair.
Well,
woo!
That's why you got the big contract. Somebody's got to pay for all those towels. I'm just saying.
What else you got, Sal?
I was going to say real quick about Ryan's. You know, I do.
Yeah, and I got one more thing.
I just wanted to say that I think I was kind of disappointed at first, only because of what Houston and the franchise. You know, I think it's a mess and what happened with the 2 previous coaches and how they kind of got a raw deal. And then honestly, I think Deshaun Watson's story. You know, the team, I think, had a hand in that too, that I thought was kind of shady. So I thought it was kind of a garbage franchise. But D'Amico Ryans, you know, he played for that team, so there's history there. And then he got a 6-year deal, so it sounds like they really are committed to making this thing work. And then from a cap perspective, I mean, they are way under the cap, and they got high draft picks. So, I mean, he is coming into a situation where he can mold it to the way he wants to from the start. So it's probably the best situation. So, yeah, I definitely wish him success. I mean, I like his energy. He's definitely a good coach, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Real quick, do you guys feel that our offensive coordinator Strick, he's going to be the next coach of Indianapolis or somebody else?
And then, because they pretty much eliminated everybody else as far as that coaching. I think Steichen is probably going to get that position once the Super Bowl is done. I think it's already in place, to be honest.
I think so too. They just can't announce it.
Well,
exactly.
There'll be no running in that team, so that's fine.
Well, you know what's so weird about that? What's weird about Steichen? So Steichen, for understand, is a right guy. I think he came under Frank Wright, and I think, So I think he's kind of similar. So for them to hire him is like hiring a guy you just fired.
Yeah,
but you know, I guess it's better than Jeff Saturday. I guess it's better than Jeff Saturday. But you know, it's kind of weird that they kind of go around and still bring in a similar kind of offense kind of guy, but. We'll see.
Wait, what's the running back's name again at Colts? Jonathan.
Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah.
His stats about to go down next season.
I'm
telling you.
Don't pick him up for your fantasy.
Don't pick him up for your fantasy when Steichen becomes the coach.
Yeah,
he's gonna be ranked up there and whatnot, but then all of a sudden, his productivity gonna be down. Hey, what's up, Hef? Yo, guys, letting you know Hef is in the chat. So.
Okay.
Is in the house.
So I was going to say, with Steichen and running the ball, you know what might be different with him if he goes to coach the Colts is that he won't have a quarterback that can be a running back. So he may not have no choice but to run the ball. Like with Hurts, he has that option to run, Miles Sanders and Gainwell and all those guys and run Hurts, but he ain't going to have that in Indy. So he's going to have to use Jonathan Taylor to the most of his abilities.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
And who's going to throw the ball? Matt Ryan, the guy's arms like rubber band, man. He can't do anything anymore.
No, they're definitely drafting a quarterback.
He's going to retire. Yeah. I mean, I think he's. Or
they're going to pay Derek Carr. Maybe they'll be the team that
bring in Jack.
Not Lamar Jackson.
Oh my God.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh God. All right. All right, Mike, you got to give it to us. We made predictions at the beginning of the year, and some of them were just funny. I mean, I think some of them weren't fully serious, but other ones might have been. It's funny now to look back and see kind of how these ended up when we did it from day one. It's great stuff. Everything from who we thought was going to win the divisions, who was going to be the MVP. So. All right, Mike, let us have it, man, because I know we're going to get it.
I'll do the categories first, the ones that are really individual player stuff. So for MVP, which was the best overall player, Dre, you had Josh Allen. Sal, you had Josh Allen. I had Lamar Jackson, and Jermaine, you had Russell Wilson.
Come on, Jermaine, man.
This is bad at me saying the Jets won the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Russell
Yeah.
Wilson. He fell on that train. He was on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I definitely fell on that
Yeah, you
train,
definitely-
man.
All aboard.
Yeah, he killed my dynasty and everything, man. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dynasty killer, right? I mean, fantasy killer.
Fantasy, yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
say same for me. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna do great in Denver. He's got a line to protect him. Nope,
Yeah.
Wide receivers to throw to? Nope.
nope. They hated him. They get him dirty looks and everything. It's like,
They
oh,
were
what
not running-
happened? You-
And then-
And
Remember that running back?
Lamar blew a tire, so
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and
Josh Allen did what he
just
did.
folded. He just
He
folded.
did
Yeah,
up to
Josh
you.
Allen
I hate to
just
see.
collapsed.
Yeah, he kind of did what he's done before. You know, he starts getting turnovers and his footwork and bad habits start kicking in.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
That's
So
what
real
happens
quick,
when you're in the league for 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Here we go.
That's what happens when you lose Brian Daboll as your offensive coordinator.
Yeah, true that.
guy
True
really-
that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say real quick, if you want to throw out who you think the MVP should be, you can throw out a name. I mean, I can't go wrong with Mahomes. I mean, I give it to him.
Look, all I'm gonna say is Jalen Hurts when he played was 14-1, okay, and then he got hurt. So you know,
If
Did
he didn't
you
get hurt,
know-
I would give it to him.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
you want to know the total disrespect, and I think he's going to have that going into the Super Bowl, guys. Is that the MVP voting? He only got one first place vote. It's unfreaking believable.
That
I
is
was like, "Are you
unbelievable.
serious?"
Yeah, Hef,
I agree.
Mahomes, that come on, Mike. Mahomes did not have that great of a season
Hef is
for
taking.
him to get 48. No.
Hef is
I
taking
just,
Mahomes. Hef
I'm
Hef
just-
said, Hef said Mahomes.
that's BS, man.
Oh.
That's BS. That's BS. All right.
Hef, we'll see you in
And-
a few minutes.
yeah,
all right?
yeah,
We'll
Hef.
see you in a few minutes.
Hef, we'll see you in a few minutes, bro. Okay, because you need to convince me what am I missing? Okay, I'm tired of it. What am I missing? He did not shake up the world. Okay, we'll hold it. We'll see you in a minute, Hef. We'll see you in a
Here
minute.
we go. I already got a bullseye on. All right, we
right,
got like a
the
minute or
next-
two, then we got to wrap
Keep
up.
going,
Mike,
keep
what else
going,
you
keep
got,
going.
man?
We got
Oh,
plenty
wow.
of time. We got
Okay,
plenty
yeah.
of time. Keep going.
We're going to time. So Ryan Leaf was the next award. That was the most disappointing player. So Dre, you had
Oh,
a combination. You had Saquon Barkley and what's it called, Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins in Arizona.
Right.
Sal, oh man, Sal.
I know who I
Jalen
had now.
What did he do? What did he say?
He had Jalen Hurts as the most disappointing player.
You had Jalen Hurts as the most the
I
Ryan
did.
Leaf Award. Oh my God!
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
You would think Dre would have had that, not
Hey
you,
now.
Sal.
Hey now.
You know what I mean?
All right,
Because you had Jalen Hurts in that Madden as a quarterback rating
Yeah,
72.
from last year. That's right. Nobody expected to see what he did this year.
I know, but we didn't.
That's-
I did not think.
And
he
by the
would
way,
have type of
Jermaine,
season
Hef
he
said he
had.
can't wait. He can't wait.
Oh man! Hey, for our listeners, you might not know.
Wait, real quick. Hef said Aaron Rodgers was the most disappointing Ryan Leaf.
Yeah,
Could be,
yeah,
could be.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Could be.
I had Mac Jones was my pick, and he
Who?
kind of
Oh, Mac Jones.
Mac
Oh, Mac
Jones.
Jones.
from the Patriots. Yeah, Mac Jones, and then Jermaine, you had DK Metcalf.
Oh.
Yeah, well, no, think about it.
With Geno
I mean,
Smith?
yes.
Okay.
That's what-
Okay. Enough said.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's just leave that one alone.
Move on.
All right.
But he came on towards the end of the season. I mean, was he there? Yeah. So the first half of the season, he was subpar, but he came on towards the end of the season. So okay, all right.
The next category was the paper tiger team. So this was the team that looked good on paper, but wasn't not that good on the field. So Dre, you had Miami. Sal, you had the Eagles.
Oh my God, Sal.
I had the Chargers, and Jermaine, you had Miami.
I had Miami. Okay.
Sal.
Yeah.
That's-
Who was wrong? Yeah.
Do not come out of your basement Sunday. Don't come out of your basement.
That
Sunday,
was my
man.
that was my joke pick. It was my joke.
All right, so
Okay,
Hef said Russell Wilson was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So is Carson Wentz. All right.
He said the Chargers too.
We're gonna get the wins. Yeah. So the next award was the Jabberjaw. This was I Get No Respect. So this was the team that was like the worst that became very respectable.
God.
So for this one, we had Dre, you had Detroit. Sal, you had Detroit. I had Jacksonville, and Jermaine, you had Detroit. Which I think both teams really measured up to that. I think that was dead on. For both
They
teams.
did.
I think we stand on it. Yeah. Man, we agreed. All of us agreed on one
There we
thing.
go.
Damn.
Woo! I think that was the first. Damn.
Enough said. Let's go.
This next
go.
category,
Let's
this is
go.
going to be funny. This was the straight cash homie. This was the big ticket free agent or trade that was worth it. Which Dre kept saying Christian Kirk because he kept saying he stole money. And we're like, Dre, it's for the free agent that's worth it. Even that
I remember that.
That's how I saw it.
That
was
boy
like,
can
Dre.
study like the best of them, man. That's all I'm gonna
That's
say.
how I saw it.
So look, Dre, you had Von Miller. Both Sal and myself had Russell Wilson, so that worked out. And then Jermaine, you had J.C. Jackson and A.J. Brown, which J.C. Jackson, he got hurt, did nothing.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, that was a.
And then Von Miller got hurt. Really, A.J. Brown was the only one that kind of really,
that's true.
earned the money.
So the previous award, Hef said it was the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
The next category was the turnover machine, which he had.
Yes.
Which all of these I think kind of at some point probably fit. Yeah, Dre, you had Dak Prescott. Towards the end, he definitely was.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was.
I got it.
You, Sal, you had Kenny Pickett from the Steelers, which early on he was, and then I had Aaron Rodgers. He never really turned over, except when they lost to the most important game of the year against the Lions. And then Jermaine, you had Patrick Mahomes, which he did turn the ball over a little bit more than usual, but yeah.
I told you about Dak. I told you.
Yeah, but he started throwing those interceptions when he came back from his broken thumb. What was he at?
Oh, man.
But he led the league. Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
KD Zo's in the house. He said,
All right, what's up?
What up? What up, KD? What up? What up, KD?
Oh,
right.
half agreed. Super Dak.
Super Dak, baby. That's it.
Hey, KD, man.
Oh, KD said, is that a bib, Mike?
Calling him.
Put that binky in there, Mike. Put that binky in there. Come on, baby.
Yo, KD Mike is all dressed up, baby. That's all.
He's all dressed up. I love it.
He's all dressed up.
He's all dressed up. I like it.
Yes, but wait a minute,
man.
KD.
Yeah.
That's a reversible bib.
Yeah.
Oh,
Check
shoot.
it out. Look
That's
at
it. That's it.
Now, that's what I'm talking about, all dressed up.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, baby.
Man.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
man.
talking about right there.
KD is laughing his ass off. But Hef did say,
show
back
business.
though, but Hef did say he hasn't had consecutive games without a pick. LOL. We're talking about Dak.
Who's this? Patrick?
No, Dak. He's talking about Dak.
Oh, Dak.
Yeah,
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the next category. So next category was the boom, where that truck come from. That was the best defensive player. So
I know.
Dre, you
Oh,
had Khalil
Jesus.
Mack.
Sal. Yeah, I remember this.
I had Khalil Mack.
Sal, yeah. Sal had Jordan Davis,
Jordan Davis.
a rookie.
Sal. I think that's when that's when he was. Yeah, that was when he had his back surgery. I said Sal was still on those pills. He was still on those pills. That's what he was doing.
Oh, man.
Look, were the Eagles not a better run defense when Jordan Davis was in there, though? They were much better.
Okay, but he ain't made a boom. I mean, come on, man.
Sal,
He's
you
not
lay
defensive
off those
player of the year,
opioids,
but-
okay? Just lay off the opioids.
Yeah. Hey, I
Mike was
on the
high.
Sox, man.
Mike was high. Is out.
Mike was high. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, Sal was high. Sal
yeah,
was
yeah.
high. I don't know what
Sorry.
Sal. Yeah.
Yep.
Sal
I was on the
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner. I was on the Sauce Gardner. All right. So, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
What else
I
you
had
got,
I,
Mike?
I had Fred Warner, and then
Okay.
Jermaine, you had a Bosa brother because you had both Bosas.
Yeah,
which
both- yeah.
one didn't, one did.
Hey, that's right.
So the next category was the AB Hold My Beer category. So this was a player whose antics would become a distraction. Dre, you had Tyreek Hill. Sal, you had this one right. Carson Wentz.
Oh,
He
there
was
you
a
go,
big
Hef. Take
distraction
that,
this year.
baby. Take that, Hef. Mm-hmm.
I had Aaron Rodgers, which Chris, he's a distraction now. And then Jermaine, you had Tom Brady, which I think it was a good pick too with all the drama he had.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Seriously.
So real quick, the other ones I had was the Stick'em category. This was the category with the best wide receiver. Dre, you had Justin Jefferson. Sal, you had Jamar Chase. I had Cooper Kupp, and Jermaine, you had Devontae Adams. Well, I think all of them,
All of them-
all
those are
of them were
good.
really
Real
good.
Those
solid.
are no brainers. Yeah.
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 Yeah. We had the booty on fire.
Lay
This
off
was
the
the coach
opioid sound.
that was gonna get fired, midway through the season.
Jesus.
Oh boy, here we go with Sal.
Sal.
So
Yes.
Dre, you had this one spot on. You had Mike McCarthy, but your pick was Frank Wright, which you got that nailed. He got fired mid-season.
Yeah.
Sal, Andy Reid.
In the middle of this. Look, I'm not a Kansas City fan. I'm not a Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not an Andy Reid. But no, I didn't. It was no way, Sal. No
Look,
way.
the Kool-Aid guy is getting on my nerves. All right, the guy,
You're absolutely
he
right.
looks like the freaking Kool-Aid guy coming out in his red
So-
freaking outfit. He's gotten 3 out of the last 5 Super Bowls. I had enough of his ass.
So,
Yeah,
you know,
Wait a minute. 3 of the. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So Hef is like, well, let me find out Sal's been podcasting, LOL. His opioid. And KD said, someone should have picked the QB depth chart for the Titans.
Oh, that is true.
But Hef said Carson
Yeah.
Wentz, man. SMH.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So the next category I had was the coulda, woulda, shoulda, and this was the team that lights it up in the regular season but doesn't go anywhere in the playoffs. And so, Dre, you had the Titans, which
Yep.
they didn't even get to the playoffs. Sal, you had the Eagles.
Again.
He is such an Eagles hater.
Yeah,
I
he's an
swear to God. I don't know how
Eagles
he's-
No, Eagles hater.
Eagles hater, and he's wearing
Like I
a damn
said,
jersey.
Do
Right.
not
Come on, man.
leave
Come on.
the house Sunday. Don't leave the house
Yeah.
Sunday.
I'll
then-
be your lightning rod of hate. It's fine.
So I had the Bills, which I think I was right about that.
Yeah,
You know,
you're right
they
about
did it
the
again.
Bills.
They got to the playoffs
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
failed. And then Jermaine, you were right too. You had Dallas. Another
Okay.
team that kind of gets it and then fall
Good.
apart.
KD said all these wild predictions.
Well, now it gets fun.
Oh, it's going to get
This is-
fun now. Check it out. It's going to
Oh.
get fun now.
So,
Oh boy.
this is where we predicted who was going to be the AFC champs. And Dre, you had the Bills. Sal, you had the Bills. I had Denver.
Oh, Jesus.
And Jermaine, you had the Chargers.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'm a little closer to you, Mike.
KD says the most non-Eagle fan.
He's right. You know what? Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Yeah. Well, Dizzle, you're really gonna like this one. This was the picks for the NFC champions. Dre,
Uh-oh.
San Francisco 49ers. Sal, San Francisco 49ers. Mike, San Francisco 49ers. Jermaine,
Wow.
Green Bay Packers. Now the Eagle in sight.
Man. Wow.
Y'all had no faith in your team whatsoever.
Wow, man.
That said the Ravens. What? He was like, the loudest fans all year go peeps after the first round. Listen, listen, Mike. Listen, all our predictions, we knew from what we were going by last year. That's why we didn't pick the Eagles. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
You had no
nobody.
faith.
I'm
Nobody-
gonna tell you right now. I did not see this coming. 14 wins. I didn't see this coming.
No.
I did not see this coming at all. You know.
Yeah.
That's just unbelievable.
But
Yeah.
I am going to
This
pick
season
with
was-
you, Jermaine. When Devontae left, I said they got nothing. So I was surprised that you had Green Bay going all the way.
Man.
Well, I wasn't counting Aaron Rodgers out. That's the thing. I wasn't counting Aaron Rodgers was like a Tom Brady. I didn't count him out. You know.
Yeah,
I did
there
not
you go.
count him out.
There you go.
He said,
All right, Mike,
So-
you got anything
KD
else, bud?
said trash.
As coach of the year, real quick.
Okay.
Dre, you had Sean McDermott from the Bills.
Oops.
Sal, you had Doug Peterson, which is a good choice. I had Shanahan, and then Jermaine, you had Sean McDermott also.
Sean McDermott. All right. Man.
Man, well, I was wrong.
Well, and Sean McDermott.
Hef
I
said
mean,
no. Hef said no Eagle.
I'm looking at this. Is Sean McDermott a bust? I mean, he can't get him to the promise.
Sean
He can't get into the promised land. I mean, he can't get him over that. He can't get him over the top. Sean McDermott. Is he a bust?
Yeah.
You know.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a bust because, I mean, they're there in the mix, but, you know, it's kind of the same complaint I had about Shanahan. You know, this is year 6,
right,
and
see.
there's 2 championship games and a Super Bowl, yet no rings.
right.
But I don't know who you were replacing with. I don't know.
So is it?
Who else
So
you-
is. I mean, you know, if you saying he's in the mix and all that stuff, so is Andy Reid. Andy Reid's always in the freaking mix. You know what I mean? Yes, he's got 1 Super Bowl. That's the only one he's going to get. And you know what? Like I said, stand by, buddy.
It's hard. It's hard to get. It's hard to get a Super Bowl, man. I mean,
KD
the
said,
Patriots were such an anomaly. You know,
Right.
it's like they were always getting rings, but no one else has repeated anywhere close to that success. You know, so I don't know. I mean, do you fire Andy Reid because you know the Eagles did it, but it took 10 years to fire him. You know, and it wasn't like you got a Super Bowl right away when you did. I don't know. It's tough.
We're about to get another Super Bowl that Andy couldn't do when he was here in this tenure. So, and we did it with 2 different coaches if we win tomorrow. So that's saying a lot right there. And then you just,
Great point.
If we win
you know,
Sunday.
if we win Sunday, that's 2 different coaches. You know what I mean? That you got Super Bowls by, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
See, I was gonna. I wish
KD
I didn't have no
mentioned-
computer problems because I was gonna jump on you, Sal, with all this nonsense when you talking about with Howie and all that stuff. But that's okay. If we have time for all dress, if we got time
we
in
got
the all
time.
dress
Yeah, we got
segment,
time.
no, I'm just saying, yeah, I'm gonna lay into you because I'm mad at you, man. I'm mad.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
my
So you know,
God.
I'm mad.
KD said, "Well, no one saw the Giants coming. No one, right?" And then Hefner said, "You know,
The Giants couldn't see themselves
coach-
coming.
He
Right.
said that, when the ball left, hurt them." And then KD just said, "Andy built the franchise. You have to give him that."
I don't think Andy's the GM. I think he got relieved of that duty early on. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he did. He probably has a great say.
He
in it,
had
but
to
I don't
say.
think
He had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't. I
I-
think they
I-
stripped him of that.
I still
Yeah.
think you just have to have. I mean, I hate to say it, you guys gotta have a little bit of luck, man, when it comes to these Super Bowls. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, Nick Foles doing what he did, you know, getting hot in that Super Bowl, and then that way that whole thing went down. Like Jermaine, you even kind of said yourself, you kind of felt like that was almost a fluke kind of Super Bowl. I mean, you'll take it, but it didn't feel nothing like how this season feels.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to get lucky, man. And Andy Reid, which is, you know, he finally got a little bit. He got the right hand man with Mahomes. You know, he got the quarterback that just bails his ass out.
But that's what I was-
Donovan couldn't do that. You know, it's just
But
you
that's
got to
what I
have
was-
that.
But that's what I was saying earlier in our text message, man. He goes right into like Herm Edwards. Remember Herm Edwards coached the Kansas City Chiefs and they were hot, remember? Because they had the X Factor, you know, punt returner during that time. And they were like, when Herman Edwards, I remember, they went 10-0 when Herman Edwards came in there. And then after Herman left, went to the Jets, he sucked. Like Andy Reid got some great pieces when he left Philadelphia and got Kansas City job, right? And
He did.
I mean, to me, yeah, I agree with what you were saying, KD. That yeah, he built the franchise up, but I might be going to a tangent here with basketball. But like Phil Jackson got Jordan, all them, and all of a sudden he became the best coach ever. Like I disagree, but anyway, back what I'm saying. back to
but
Andy
even
Reid.
Belichick. I mean,
Yeah, but Belichick.
Belichick didn't have Brady. He would not be a Hall of Fame coach.
Brady.
You know,
but hold on. Brady was the last pick. Nobody knew nothing. I give Belichick props for what I think Belichick trained Brady to unlock that talent that he had. Andy Reid just hopped right into talent. So that's all I'm trying to say. He just hopped right into the talent.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I
find
can see
out.
that.
We'll find out. But
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, it's definitely going to be an exciting week, no doubt about it here. And again, we just want to say we appreciate all of our listeners here, on our podcast. Enough said. Again, man, ring that subscribe bell on YouTube. Check us out. Hey, if you have a couple minutes now, we're about to jump from one show to another. We're about to get all dressed up and go on this podcast. If you have not seen that podcast, All Dressed Up, you got to check it out. KDF, the guys we've been talking to about on the show.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to love it. So check them out in the next probably 10 minutes. We're going to jump from this podcast over to that one. And we're going to talk a lot of things, including some conspiracy theories. And I have a couple. And then I got a bone to pick with Hef and his podcast.
Yeah, but
take care of his podcast.
I would say fans,
Right.
just get ready by 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time for that to start rolling.
Yeah. So
any closing comments?
Yeah, we gotta close the comments, right?
Okay, Sal.
No, go ahead. No, I was gonna say.
No, I was gonna say we wrap it up for our own closing thoughts.
Yeah, I was just gonna do that. Exactly right.
Okay.
So yeah, let's wrap it up with some closing thoughts. We'll give you guys a chance to kind of get out whatever on your mind, and then we'll jump from this one over to All Dressed Up. So go ahead, Mike. You want to start us off, bud?
Sure, I will start off. So yes,
Put that bib in your
Eagles
mouth.
did a great job. They're a great team. I actually am rooting for. I enjoy Jalen Hurts. I think he's the talent. I think they've earned it. So no doubt about that. But you know what? I am a 49ers fan till I die. So damn it, enough with the pity party.
Ripping that off.
Let me start with the trash talk. Because Hassan Reddick saved your season, damn it. Because Brock Purdy was going to light your ass up.
Oh, man.
It was just about to get started.
Let it out.
And then he got hurt.
Let it
So
out.
dang it. It may take 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. Damn it, we are getting ring number 6. I'm going to be allowed to see this crap. Had enough.
My elbow hurts all of a sudden.
Mike, tell me how you
My
really
elbow
feel,
really
Mike.
hurts.
Tell me how you really feel.
Oh my goodness.
Next.
Yeah,
All I got to say is next.
All right, Dre, what do you got, man?
Oh, look, the first thing I got, and it ain't about no realist or, whatever you want to say, Sal, but damn, bro. You are a Philadelphia Eagles fan that is a traitor. A traitor. Absolute traitor.
Here we go.
I don't care what you say about Howie or what you say about the non.
There we go.
You are an Eagles fan. There's no way I come out of your mouth that we are going to lose or have any attempt to losing. This is Sunday we are going to win this game no matter what. I don't care who we playing against. You got to show up, Sal. Show up. That's what's on my mind.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, Trey? Jermaine, what do you got?
EAGLES Eagles! Yeah, that was loud, wasn't it?
God,
I think I just lost the hearing.
man.
I think dogs could have heard that, man. Jeez.
My ear is bleeding.
Holy crap.
This is why we keep up the voice lines chat. Look at that thing. Just totally off the charts.
It went off the chart.
He's speaking back, man. Holy crap. That's impressive.
Clear.
Wow.
Clear.
Man.
Well, that's enough said.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. So this goes back to when Dre and I were friends when we were 10 years old and we were watching Dave Meggett run all over the freaking Eagles.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
Mark Bavaro. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
So everybody knows that there's not a bigger Eagles fan than me. However, and I'll make it with a big however.
You got to qualify.
I'm a realist, and I've gotten my heart ripped out so many times by this team. So that's why I was like, hey, I don't want to believe it yet. Mike's talking about this magical season, which it could be. It could wind up being that. But, I'm there for the Eagles, but I'm a realist. I just got to be like, because the Phillies lost again this year, had your heart ripped out with that. The Eagles, if they lose this year, this town is going to go nuts between the Eagles and Phillies going to championships and losing. So I think the Eagles will wind up winning, but I'll leave it with that, Trey. You and I are bigger Eagles fans, and we go back a long way. Even Jermaine said, Sal, you're going to sit there and watch the Eagles. You're not going to not watch the Eagles.
Right. Of course.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But at least I admit it. Jermaine won't admit he's a Cowboys fan. I mean, come on.
Wow. I'm not the one that has a blanket sleeping on the blanket, sleeping on the couch with the blanket.
There you go, Dre.
I'm just saying.
All right,
why are you jumping on me? I don't have I don't have no cowboy. I don't have no cowboy material in this house, okay? I don't.
Listen.
All right, so why are you saying that I'm a Cowboy fan? And clearly I showed you the picture.
Next time we get on here, I don't have it with me right now. I'm gonna show you. Zoom right in. That damn blanket was thrown over top of the Eagles blanket. You could see in the corner the Eagles right there, the green and the white.
All I saw was a black blanket because you was cold. You said you was cold, and that's what happened. You know what I mean?
That Cowboys blanket came from my wife. Man. My wife is a Cowboy. And by the way, she said today at lunch, I hope y'all lose. I said, okay.
Wow.
All right. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, I'm married to a Cowboy fan. That's right.
She's mad. She's mad because, her team hasn't won nothing in what? Since all of us was in high school. That's just jacked up.
We're going back to Jack Smith, baby. Hey. Going back to Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman, baby.
I told her, I said, look. Coming Sunday, we're on opposite sides of the couch, so just let me know that.
Yeah, man. So, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate everybody. Again, check us out. We are the Enough Said podcast. We are on YouTube. Subscribe to us, or just email us enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. And let's head over and get all dressed up. So if you guys are around and you're watching, just feel like sitting around your computer tonight watching some YouTube, you got to check this podcast out. It's great. We're about to hop over there in 2 minutes here.
Yep,
so
appreciate
thank you, everybody, as always. And we will talk to you after the Super Bowl, guys.
KD, fire up that fight song.
Appreciate it. Have it go, man. Stopping by, giving your thoughts. Can't wait to see you guys in a little bit. Peace.
All right. Man. Later, guys.